Good morning, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the Courtroom Files Live. We will start our morning off with Judge Simpson.
14626, appearing on behalf of Mr. Gregory White, Callahan, who is also present, serving Justinta, stationing for such case.
Gregory Callahan.
Thank you.
Good morning, Your Honor. Wendy Barnwell, P42, 505, on behalf of Mr. Keith Simmons.
All right. Your name, sir.
Keith Simmons.
Thank you. All right. Date and time set for preliminary examination. Everybody's ready to proceed?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, Judge.
Yes, sir.
All
Now, we would move the sequestration of witnesses.
right.
Order that request.
All right. Witnesses are hereby ordered sequestered.
I do have both officers in charge present at a council table with me, Lieutenant Powell and Sergeant Jason Roberts. Other witnesses are sequestered in the hallway, and I will be calling Mr. Bernhardt as my first.
All right. And both are officers in charge of the case.
Correct.
All right. So the witnesses have been sequestered and the officers in charge may remain in the courtroom.
Thank you.
All right. Very
The
good.
people would call Jeffrey Bernhardt.
Sir, please come forward to be sworn.
Take a seat, raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear and affirm the testimony you're about to give to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, self you got? State and spell your first and last name for the record.
Jeffrey Bernhardt. First name is Jeffrey, J-E-F-F-R-E-Y. Bernhardt, B-E-R-N-H-A-R-D.
You may inquire.
Mr. Bernhardt, my name is Amy Reiser, and I'm the assistant prosecuting attorney handling the case. I know that we've met once before today. I do have a series of questions to ask you. If there's anything that you don't understand, just ask and I can repeat the question. There's a microphone in front of you, and it won't necessarily amplify your voice, but it will make a recording of what we're saying. So sometimes witnesses get nervous and shake their head yes or no, and we just need to ensure that we have a verbal response for a transcript that will ultimately be made. If you need to take a break at any time, please let us know. There's water for you. We can stop the proceeding if it's too much for you. When I am done asking you questions, the attorney for each of the defendants will have an opportunity to ask you questions, and the same rules apply for that. Okay?
Yes.
Can you tell the court how old you are?
I'm 53 years old.
And 2053 Noller Ben, is that where you reside?
Yes.
And how long have you lived there?
Approximately 5 years this July.
And that's in Northfield Township, Washington County?
Yes.
And prior to January 1st of this year, 2025, who did you live there with?
So my wife, my father-in-law, my mother-in-law lived there, but she passed away about 8 months ago. My daughter, Lydia, and our foster daughter.
And who's your wife's name? And how old was your daughter? Or how old is your daughter? Sorry, Olivia.
She just turned 10.
And you said you had a foster daughter?
Yes.
And what was her name?
True Vincent.
And how old is she?
She's 4.
And how long had True been placed in your home?
She was placed with us last April.
2024? And you said your father-in-law also lived with you?
Yes.
And what was his name?
Stevie.
And how old was he?
I believe he just turned 75.
And was that your father or was that Jennifer's father? So your father-in-law.
Yes.
And was there like an in-law suite that he lived in?
Yeah, we built the house about 5 years ago with the intention of having my in-laws live with us. So there was, it's not a full in-law suite, but it's a double master, so they have their section of the house.
And did you have any pets?
We do have one dog,
What's the dog's name?
Snickers.
And how were things going with the foster child troop home?
Things were going, from my perspective, things were improving, going well. We got her in April, and, as with a lot of foster children, they have a previous history of trauma, and we've had her in therapy, and even therapists thought with her home, the stability and relationship that we were building with her. She had a great support system in her school and things like that. So things were improving.
I want to take you to January 1st of this year.
Hey, quick good morning again and welcome to the Courtroom Files. It is not my normal practice to leave something in the middle. However, Judge Fleischer is already online about a half an hour early from what he normally does, which implies he might be trying to get done early today. So rather than miss out on him, let's go over there and see what's going on.
The time. You understand, we will need a vote up on that one and those conditions.
No, don't worry. No, she's gonna be supervised, so you don't need to do anything. Mike. Roxanne, hi, that was Renteria? No, R. Page, page 18,
Okay.
bottom of page 18. No alcohol, no drugs, random testing, no weapons, no contact with the complaining witness, no going to where she lives or where she works. I think that's it. Is that it for Raymond's?
That'll be a required appearance because of the case.
Sandwick picked up another case. Did you see that?
Yes, John.
So let's see if we can get him on tomorrow's docket. Hey, oh, sorry, go ahead.
Yes, ma'am.
Can I give you a cause number?
Yes, John.
256-0231. So he just picked up a theft case. He just picked up another theft case.
Yes, John.
This from same place?
Looks like it is not. This one is at Walmart, Your Honor.
What was the other one?
The other was at a game store.
That's right, that's right.
Video games.
Hey, can I get your cause number? Or do we have Sandwick? Do you have Sandwick?
I don't think that one's on docket today.
He's showing it no bond. Sandwick. Can I give you cause number? 256-0231.
He's in PC court today.
Can I get him here to do PC here somehow?
You know what?
I think he's in process for it.
Yeah, it's just processing.
Oh, they put feet on his hand.
Yeah. But I can put him on docket for tomorrow.
I guess do that to see if they don't give him a PR bond, another one. Let's put him on for tomorrow. The problem is he doesn't have a lawyer, so I don't know how else we would reach out to him to let him know to come.
Right.
So we'll see if they don't give him a PR bond, then we'll see him tomorrow. If not, what I'll do is I'll have pretrial reach out to him and we'll put him on for like Monday.
Okay.
I'm working on Monday's docket. All of the arraignments that would have been on Friday are on Monday.
Oh, it's gonna be a hellacious Monday. I'm taking the day off.
So trying to-
I'm taking the day off Monday.
Y'all, like, there's.
Okie dokie. He started a half an hour early, but his courtroom's fairly empty. I'm going to go ahead and keep an eye on it, though. For the moment, I think we'll head over and say good morning to Judge McNally. A good morning again to everybody. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to the Courtroom Files Live. Channel members out there, hang tight. Later in the show, I'm going to have something to share with you. Oh, I was going to go to Judge McNally, but somebody else just walked in front of Judge Fleischer, so let's just stay there.
$1,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor. On April 8, 2025, in Harris County, Texas, a law enforcement officer was dispatched to an apartment complex and made contact with a complaining witness who stated that she and the defendant were in a previous dating relationship and currently live together. They'd gotten in a verbal argument and the defendant locked the complaining witness out of the apartment and eventually let her back in. And when she re-entered the apartment, the complaining witness saw the defendant had soaked her clothes in bleach. The complaining witness then told the defendant to leave the apartment. The defendant then left the apartment and took a large kitchen knife outside. And the complaining witness then witnessed the defendant scratch her vehicle with the knife, and the defendant scratched the word bitch onto the hood of complaining witness's vehicle. The complaining witness estimated that the total damages to the vehicle were approximately $1,000.
Ms. Gordon, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to have any contact with the complaining witness in this case. Do you understand?
The last part again.
I'm ordering you not to have any contact with this person, not to be in possession of any weapons. If I find that you do, I'm going to put you in jail. Do you understand? I will make your bond high. I'm going to protect every person in this county. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a small farm animal. Anything you do to endanger my community, I will revoke your bond and put you in jail, and I'm going to make it high. If you don't have anyone to pony up $5,000 to $10,000, you'll be stuck like Chuck in there until this case is over with. Do you understand? Do you mind reaching out to this person to let them know that we've put these conditions on,
Yes,
to
sir.
let us know if she tries to make contact whatsoever?
Sure.
I don't want to talk about the case. I've got a bunch of DAs here, and whatever you say, they're going to use it against you. Okay, tell me.
Me and the person stay together currently.
I'm ordering you not to have contact with this person.
The person that filed the report was her friend, and the way
You have to understand, you've now been charged with a criminal case. There are certain conditions we put on to ensure that nothing else happens. I don't know what kind of relationship you have. You now have this criminal case. If you get mad because of this criminal case at this person, right, and then you start having words, you're going back to jail. That's why, to prevent that from happening, I don't want you to have contacts with this person. You need to separate. I don't want you to go where she lives, where she works, where she breathes. Don't have any contact. Don't use social media. Don't use someone else to have contact with her. Don't text, call. If I find that you do, it's not going to go well for you. Do you understand? How old are you, man?
20.
What do you do for a living?
Oh,
What are you studying to be?
okay.
This is not a good way to start. Because whenever you start going to apply for jobs, they look at records. And when they see someone that has a criminal mischief like this, they're thinking to themselves, you know, we probably shouldn't hire this person, because this person, when they get angry, they are volatile. They're like a volcano ready to erupt. Do we want someone like that working with us? Probably not. The more cases you get on your record, the worse life you're going to have. This life is extremely difficult, and it doesn't get easier the more convictions you get. It is hard enough as a black, brown person in society today. Now you start racking up convictions on top of it, or picking up criminal cases. You think it's easier? No. Self-control. Because if you don't, that's why we have jails. You want to apply for a court-appointed lawyer, man? You need a lawyer to represent you. You can go hire one, or I'm happy to give you one if you want one. You want one? Okay. I need you to fill out an application for me. Deputy Miranda is going to give you one. I'm going to create bond conditions where you promise us you're not going to have contact with this person and no weapons as well. Once you sign it, you fill out the application, I'll take a look, and then I'll have you talk to someone today. All right? Please. Can you file no contact, no weapons, please? And then also, at some point, reach out to the complaining witness to let them know that we've done this so that she knows.
Yeah, sure. I'll do that separately.
Good morning, Linkman. I hear what you're saying about poor people and posting bond and all of that. It's always a complicated scenario, you know. It's I will say this judge tries harder than most to keep people out of jail. I can testify to that with all the courts we watch. What was I gonna? Oh yeah, I'm still waking up. Sorry. Wes Novak is new to us this morning. He is out there watching us for the first time. Good morning again to you, Wes. Regulars, please do welcome Wes. Tell him good morning. Anybody else out there, if you're here for the first time, welcome. Feel free to announce yourself in the chat. We're friendly folk. We don't bite too hard anyways. Let's get back to court. All right, now he's finally gone quiet, and now I'll flip over to Judge McNally like I was going to earlier.
Well, may have to mobilize depending upon your record. You understand that?
Yes.
If you plead on the distracted driving, I'm going to dismiss the failure to stop assured clear distance. If you plead on the impaired, I'm also going to dismiss the OWI, operating while intoxicated. You understand me?
Yes.
Did you sign, read, and understand an advice and rights form here today?
Yes.
If you plead guilty, you will be giving up all those rights, and it will not be a hearing nor a trial of any kind. You understand that?
Yes.
Okay. Any questions before we go in?
No.
The charge of operating while impaired, how do you plead?
Guilty.
Were you operating a motor vehicle on Telegraph near Holbrook and Brownstown Township, February 17 to 25 at 10:23 in the morning?
Yes.
Did you drink alcohol prior to that?
Yes.
What did you drink and how much?
Vodka and 13 drinks the night before.
What time did you take your last drink?
Probably around 3:50 in the morning.
Are you on probation or parole?
No.
And you're 19?
21.
I'm sorry. You were 20 at the time.
Yes.
Anybody force you to plead guilty?
No.
Anybody promise you didn't do you plead guilty?
No.
Why were you pulled over by the police?
Because I was in an accident.
How did the accident occur?
I failed to stop. We were at a stomach.
All right, you think you did that at least in part because you were alcohol consumption?
Yes.
The council, you stipulate that the blood breathalyzer results were 0.155.
Yes.
Has anybody forced you to plead guilty?
No.
To the charge of distracted driving, you plead responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
And accept your plea to operating while impaired.
Yes.
I'm going to accept your plea to distracted driving. I'm going to dismiss the operating while intoxicated and failure to stop assured clear distance. Now, I'm going to refer you for a screening and assessment. I'm going to talk to you before you leave here, though. You're going to be screened and assessed today. You're going to be sentenced at a later time. We're going to set up a sentencing date. Now, Mr. Williams, I want you to listen to me very carefully. If you stop drinking 7 hours earlier, that means your breathalyzer result, the time you stop drinking, is somewhere in the neighborhood of 2 6. I just want you to be aware, when I see somebody who's 20 or 21 with a 2 6, gotta drink it. Doesn't make you a bad person. It does mean that you gotta deal with this. I'm serious. I mean, when I see guys come in here with that, the odds of you coming back to, in this court or another, on a drunk driving are extremely high. This is like really high. I get it's just a 155, but if you stop drinking, I'm gonna take it at your word. You stop drinking, it's 3:30, 7 hours earlier. You were about 2 6. So that's bad. I want him counsel. I don't think the rest of the buck, press the panic button, but I need him on a sober link device. One of my sober, I don't do this on first offenses, but this scares the devil out of me. You're gonna be on a sober link device by the end of the day, okay? I'm not sitting here degrading you or anything else. I'm just very, 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 very concerned. You understand what I'm saying to you?
Yes.
I want to give you, have you seen proof of him attending AA once a week?
Your Honor, I do have a attendance sheet that has been signed
I don't need to see it. Just tell me how many times he's gone.
5 times. First one was on April 1st.
What is he doing right now? Is he going to school, working?
We do both, yes.
Where?
I go to school at Eastern. I work in Hungry Howard's in Riverview.
You work where?
Hungry Howard's in Riverview.
Are you staying at Eastern Michigan?
No, I can
What are you studying?
supply chain management.
I'm not trying to punish you here. How much the cost in the Michigan there to Eastern Michigan?
About I believe just over maybe 8,000 a year,
Plus books?
plus books and gas to get there.
You're gonna spend $50,000 probably, right? By the time you get a 4-year degree?
Mhm.
Yes?
Yes.
So, right. Shoot, I really don't, you caused me an accident. Lisa, give me a counsel, listen, I would appreciate some help. We have a court to school program. Did you go to training?
Yes.
So I'm not gonna lie to you, it's gonna be more embarrassing. We have a court to school program coming up to Trenton High School. I'm gonna give him credit for any day of arrest. I'm sorry, I'm gonna give him another day's credit for showing there for either. I'm not saying he's going to jail. He's not going to jail. The court work program is community service. What day is that again? It's May what?
May 1st, Judge.
Can he do that? Are you willing to do that? Be sentenced at Trenton High School? I'm not gonna force you.
And so what happens if I do that? Like does it give, like what,
I'm gonna sentence you. And I'm gonna give you a day's credit toward any jail, court work, or community service. You're not going to jail.
okay.
But I'll give you another day's credit for doing this.
What, that'd be May 1st, and what's that?
Lisa, Amy, what time does that start again?
a.m.
I'm sorry,
9 a.m.
9 a.m., so I need you there by 8:30.
Okay.
Can we, is there any other dates available? I've got 4 matters scheduled for the morning.
Do you?
Yeah.
I mean, I can give you another date. I just need people on the court to school program. That's all.
Yeah.
You don't have anything, where do you gotta be? What's the
They're all
earliest?
Zoom hearings. One at 8:30, one at 15, one at 10, one at 11. Zoom.
Can you do your 8:30 and then do the court to school? I'll get you out of there first. I get it. Okay, we'll give you another, give me another date, Amy. Probably on a Brownstown day.
Judge, we can do no, that's May 7th at 8:30.
Is that good with you? If it's not, it's okay. with you.
Yeah, I've got a 9 o'clock settlement conference in Macomb.
Okay.
Let's go back over to Judge Fleischer. I think we've seen this guy before. Let me know if we have. He looks familiar.
Means nothing.
Yeah, I know. I start
You, what have you done in this course, in this school? Because since it's self-study, what have you done?
right now it's all during like mental health stuff. So it's all like the course I'm in right now it's all about mental health. And the next I moved by categories. So one's mental health, the next one will be math, the next one will be science, and then the other two.
Not understanding
the
what
last
you're
two.
saying. What courses, what tests have you taken to show me that you're actually doing something?
I have I just have to finish that one and I'll complete with the whole mental health.
Have you even made an appointment to meet your instructor?
It's not like instructor based. It's like I'm saying it's like all online. Like you can go at your own pace. You can like my little brother.
And what I'm concerned is that your pace is at stop now.
Oh.
That's my concern.
I've
Like you're not doing anything.
Yeah, but I had that last open case. I showed you last time. I've progressed since then.
Show me. That's just an
I can
open
show you.
webpage.
I can show you another one. Like probably the next court date. It'll be like a new. It's not gonna be mental health no more. I should be in math or science. And I start my job tomorrow.
Where?
Framing houses. And I can get the paperwork. Oh, I don't know.
I want.
Yeah, I can get other
After
paper.
you're working,
Yeah.
then I want you to go to work. I don't want you to spend your time here wasting it, and you can get proof to him. He can get it to me.
I can get
But
it.
I want proof that you're actually working full-time or in school full-time. This does not look like full-time study to me. So
Yeah, it's because I applied to Chick-fil-A, but they denied me because of my open case. So that's when I applied to the framing, and he said I should. Well, I was supposed to start today, but he told me to come better tomorrow. So because I have to go in at 5 a.m. So he told me since I had court to just come in tomorrow.
and they're okay with your hair looking like this at
I'm
work?
gonna tie it up and wear a hard hat. I called it. Yeah.
The way you look says a lot about you. When you look like $1 million, people treat you like $1 million. When you look like a thug, people treat you like a thug. When you act like a thug, they will treat you as such. If you go into a place and you speak professionally, how I'm speaking to you now, and when you act like you own a room, 9 times out of 10 you do. But if you go in there with speech like, yeah, dog, this, it's always going to go nowhere. To move up in this life, you have to look good, sound good, and be professional. Otherwise, you're never going to get anywhere. You understand? This, it's not going to look good for a job. I'm telling you. If you're out going to play, great. But not while you're working, man. So I want to roll it to tomorrow. Bring proof that he's working. I want to know that he's just not on the street, screwing around.
But he's gonna give me a paper, so like,
Okay.
a picture.
I want to verify it, though. I want you to know.
I think what he's saying is he's not gonna be able to have it by docket call tomorrow morning, is what he's trying to get.
Yeah,
at,
like
rather
tomorrow
than
when I go
artfully.
into work, he'll give me the paper and then
Okay.
I just
So
a
take
picture.
a picture of it
That's-
and text it to him.
That's fine.
It's not hard. Go to work. When you go there, get there early, dress appropriately, and do a bang-up job. Don't do stuff half-assed, because if you do, they're just gonna send you home. You understand? And no using dope. Okay?
When you want back, Judge?
We said, when do we do for another test?
If he was, Judge, I just had 2 weeks proof of school or job.
Okay, so I'm going to test him 50 days from the day that he picked the case up, which was March 21st. I'm testing you so I know that you're not using. If you test positive after 2 months, it's not going to go well for you. That should be a sufficient amount of time that there's nothing in your system. Do you understand, Mr. Melendez? Okay, so we'll set you off. Let's do Monday, just to give you enough time to get the documentation to me. At the next setting, I also want proof that you've done your schooling. Do you understand? Okay, done.
So you want back Monday, the 21st?
Let's do Monday for the 21st, right? So you can just show me the proof. After that, we'll set you off maybe like 3-4 weeks. And at that time, I want proof of the school. You're telling me that you're going to have school proof, right? Okay, that you've actually completed courses.
It's just like my mom told you, like the last one. Right now, I have to wait for her to pay pay it. So until then, that course I'm in right now, I can finish it, but until she pays it, then I can't move on. But I have to see, because they're asking for like $500 because she didn't pay like 2 months last year. Like she didn't pay last year, and they're making her pay like right now.
So then this is not going to work. So what we're going to do is I'm going to put you through our GED program then, because I don't think that this is going to work. Because I'm not going to sit here and hope and wish and pray that your mom's going to pay that, because she got other bills to pay. I have it to where you can do it for free.
How long would that one take?
It's on you. So let's do this. We'll put it back on Monday. We'll get back Tori back, and then we can figure out how to go with that as well.
Resources.
I don't see. I just don't know if you have access to what Shatori does, because I don't know. You know what it is? Okay.
Okay, so I'll get him to sign and then he'll take a seat until she cleans it up.
Okay. Okay.
So resets on Monday. He's gonna work with them.
Right, we're gonna get him sources so that you can sign up for your GED program for free. This is free, so there's no excuse. It's a matter of you putting the time in to get it done. You understand? Okay, done. Thanks, Mr. Davis.
Right, because my mother and sign for your reset, please.
So everything the judge was saying there about trying to get a job, as a guy who spent half his life in the corporate world before I ventured out on my own, I've probably hired somewhere between 750 and 1,000 people. And everything he says is true. If you would walk in front of me and sit down and not look the part and not act the part, you got 2 strikes against you straight away. Because in my mind anyways, if you couldn't get it together enough in your look and your presentation to sit down in front of me, how would you sit down or interact with any of our clients or customers? I mean, how would that work out from people outside of the organization that come in to do business with us? So what he's saying, not wrong. Linkman, real quick, you were also talking earlier, which kind of dovetails into this a little bit, about Fleischer lecturing kind of with racial undertones. I'm kind of on board with you. His message is good. His presentation sucks sometimes, and it's not... For me, I don't have a bias bone in my body based on skin color. Where my biases come in is with those who act a fool. As an example, we have a neighbor who is a black gentleman. We're great friends with him. He is wonderful. I love that guy. We have another neighbor. She is as white as snow, and she is one of the worst people I've ever known. So it doesn't matter what your race is. It matters who you are and how you act. I would much rather see him drop the whole "it's hard for a black or brown person" and maybe modify that into "you're making your life more difficult when you act like this," because ultimately especially if we're ever going to get past this whole idea of racial divide, it has to get off of that, and it has to get onto how you act and how you interact and how you present yourself. Just my thoughts on it. That's as close to political as we will ever skirt things on this channel. Let's get back to court.
I'll listen. No, I was.
Hey, come on up.
So I'm approaching on something that's off docket. I was here on Monday about it.
Okay, what's your
It's
question?
It's 2510412, Jennifer Griffin. So we're in here on Monday and I told you that she said she didn't get any notice of her court appearance to be here. And I thought that presumptively that would be false, but actually the documentation kind of bears that out. Her situation is a little weird. She was detained on a C misdemeanor in Fort Bend, and they took her in because they saw there was a 2B warrant for her, right? So she was in Fort Bend County, awaiting transfer to Harris County, and that her bond company bonded her out. She lives in Alabama. So that happened on March 7th, and then Harris County sent by mail a summons on April 7th. And that summons did not reach her house until April 14th, 6 hours after we were scheduled to be here. So she really had not received any notice that she was supposed to be in court until 6 hours after she was supposed to be in court. Does that make sense, Judge? I actually looked up on their certified mail the tracking number, and it verifies it that
See, she posted on April, I'm sorry, March 7th is when she posted bond.
and if you look at the summons here, it's dated April 7th, right? And it has a certified mail attached to it. April 14th is when it says to appear on April 14th, but it was.
They mailed it 4/7.
Yes, and I followed the tracking number on the certified mail and then. What?
So when did it get to her?
It said it got to her at 3:15 on April 14th, but she was supposed to be here at
Okay.
8:30, so she actually didn't.
Okay,
So now the problem is she's a mother of two and she can't get here by Thursday because she lives in Alabama. She said she can make it by
tomorrow,
But
by tomorrow,
by tomorrow, no, yeah, she can't get here by tomorrow because
on for Monday?
she said she could do it by next Thursday, if that's okay. She's living in Alabama and she's trying to find arrangements.
So SFBF for Thursday, but let her know if she doesn't appear, then I'm gonna work.
You got it, Judge. She will absolutely appear that day. Thank you, Judge.
Linkman, offer me some clarity. Are you asking whether or not I had a biased workplace? Whether or not I did not offer equality in my workplaces? Because I'm having a hard time understanding what you're implying, so please clarify. Looks like Judge had a drinking problem again. Or no, it looked like he was mopping something up, but he's walking away anyways. Let's go back to Judge McNally.
What's your name, ma'am?
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Kim Hao Opus. I'm the Vietnamese interpreter.
Okay, so we hired you. Thank you.
Yes, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, do you have a card for me?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning. Thanks for coming.
Glad to be here, Your Honor.
What's that?
Glad to be here with you, Your Honor.
Well, I don't know. You're one of the few that would like to be here with me, I think. Anyway, Can I have that card, please? All right, I want to make sure that I pronounce this correctly.
Yes, Your Honor.
It's Kim Howe Obris.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. I'm gonna ask you to raise your right hand. You solemnly swear to affirm that you will make a true and accurate translation between the court and the defendant.
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Okay. Can you tell me your name, please?
Em của mình là gì? Tiền, Tien. Tiền.
Can you repeat that?
Tiền, nói tiếng Việt. Tiền. My name is Tien, Tien. Tien. My name is Tien, Tien.
All right. You're charged with retail fraud
Cô bị cái tội này là ăn cắp.
and you have the right to a lawyer.
Cô có quyền có một người luật sư.
I think I should set you up with a lawyer right now.
Tôi có thể tôi đưa
And then you and the interpreter, a lawyer can sit down somewhere in a conference room and talk.
có người viên cô và cái người luật sư và cái người thông dịch viên sẽ ngồi xuống nói chuyện.
Okay?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. Yes, Your Honor.
All right. That's good. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Yes.
Linkman, thank you for your clarification. I didn't think that's what you meant, but I wanted to clarify because obviously that will change how I respond. But you're saying you'd probably agree that black people weren't equally represented in some fields in the past. Correct. I also flat refuse to live in the past. At some point, we have to say what's done is done, and we have to move forward. And if we keep referring to the past, we will keep repeating the past. We're not learning from it, I feel, as much as we're dwelling upon it, and that becomes a problem in the end. Bodie, I'll accept Mr. the Courtroom Files, but my name is Dan. I've not been secretive about that. It just really doesn't come up that much. So call me Dan if you like. I am working on a new overlay for our live show that hopefully I'll have ready Monday. We'll see. This is a crazy week with way too much going on, but my name will be on screen with the new overlay, so it's a little clearer. But yes, I'm Dan, or Mr. the Courtroom Files, or whatever you want. Just don't, call me nasty names. That's all I ask.
Yeah. Dates will get separate, right? Actually, you can get both the dates. Yes. All right. Okay. All right. Stay seated. I'll be out. What case are you here on?
What?
Yeah, what case?
He's the interpreter for Perdomo, and they're not here yet.
Okay, what time's that scheduled?
9:30.
Okay. All right, thanks. You're always.
All right, he's walking out of the courtroom. 3 other judges that I'm looking at are walking out of the courtroom, so it's like a group break. Let's go to Judge Shackelford.
No,
Has anyone promised you anything to get you to plea?
no,
Are you pleading guilty of your own free will?
yes,
Okay. Sir, were you operating a motor vehicle in the city of Taylor on February 10th of 2025?
yes,
And when you were operating that motor vehicle, Mr. Wilkins, were you driving outside of the requirements of your permit?
yes,
So you allowed yourself to operate a motor vehicle, or allowed yourself to operate a motor vehicle when you were unlicensed, essentially. Is that correct?
yes,
You satisfied, counsel?
yes, Your Honor.
Okay, I'll accept the plea as knowing and voluntarily given. And then we have this ticket for the traffic light, and that's being dismissed per the plea agreement. So that'll be dismissed. And then you have this other ticket that's being reduced down to a double parking. Double parking's a 0-point ticket. It doesn't affect your driving record, but it has a fine of $165 to double parking on February 10th in 2025. How do you plead, responsible or not responsible?
Responsible.
All right, I'll accept that plea. Mr. Wilkins, how old are you?
19.
19. What are you doing? Are you in school? Are you working?
Yeah.
Tell me.
Yeah, I'm working.
Where at?
White Castle.
You work full time?
No.
Okay.
Part-time.
Are you thinking about going to school?
No.
I'm trying to figure out how much your fine is. That's why I'm asking you these questions.
Yeah.
Sir, where you still live with your parents?
Yes.
All right. You have a $50 state assessment, you have a $75 crime victims' rights fee, and you have $165 on, those two are mandated by the state. You have $165 on the civil infraction. You have a total of $290, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
You need a payment plan, Mr. Wilkins? I'm guessing that sounds like a lot of money to you.
No, I don't need a payment plan.
You're gonna pay it all at once?
Yep.
When will you be paying?
Most likely next week.
All right, I'm gonna write on your file, you have 14 days to pay, okay?
Okay.
All right, Mr. Wilkins, if you're going to be late or you don't have the full amount, make sure you call the court so you don't end up being show caused or have a warrant issued on traffic, okay?
Okay, and I could pay this, where again?
At the 23rd District Court, you can go online to the 23rd District Court's website. You just type in 23rd District Court, it'll come up. You can pay at our website or you can come in person. We're on Goddard Road, right next to the police department and the fire station. 23365 Goddard.
Okay.
All right, you're all set, sir.
All right, thank you.
Yep. All right, I have 25 TA 01365, the people versus, is it Khalil El Khalil?
It is, yes. Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Amir Al Khalili on behalf of Mr. Al Khalil.
Okay, are you appearing, are you waiving your client's presence?
Yes, I am, Your Honor.
All right, I have an agreement in front of me. Oh, we're adjourning it for a formal hearing with the counsel for defendant to appear with counsel. Is that correct?
Yes, that is correct, Your Honor.
All right, sir. We'll send you notice of the new date in the mail.
Perfect. I appreciate it. Thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Have a good day. Mr. Schneider, give me a moment here.
Linkman, good point. The therapist from Lucifer. She kind of sounds like her too. I never made that connection. That's really good. I like that. I'm gonna have to point that out to Mrs. The Courtroom Files. We loved that show. That was good. By the way, Bailey, I agree. Time to move on. Again, that's as close to politics as I ever want to skirt on this channel. Excuse me. As I ever want to skirt on this channel. I'm not afraid to talk politics. I'm not afraid of my views. I'm not afraid of who I am. This is just not the place for it. If you want to engage me on such matters, we do it outside of here. I want this space to focus on the law and learning and building a community around that. It was a good discussion, but as far as I would want to take it for sure. All right, let's get back to the judge.
Is 25TA0265 1A and 1B, the City of Taylor versus Lester Brothers Excavation. Can I get your appearance?
It's Jeffrey Snyder, P 37967.
Mr. Snyder, there's no way you forgot your P number.
It's been so long.
Okay, I have a overweight or a plea agreement that if your client pled responsible to the allegation they had an overweight commercial vehicle in the City of Taylor on February 19th of 2025 with a stipulated fine of $3,300 and 30 days to pay. And the commercial defective equipment would be dismissed as part of that plea. Do you have authority to enter into that?
I do, Your Honor, and They do take responsibility.
All right, I'll accept that plea. And your client has a fine of $3,300 with 30 days to pay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, have a good day, sir.
You too.
Okay, while there is a pause in the action, I promised channel members a little while ago that I would have an announcement for you, and I have one because I just turned it on. I promised with channel members that we would always continue to add more value. Here is the latest value that is being added to you. As of today, I have started again for members only the what I would call the Judge Fleischer docket library. Let's use that term. So starting today, Judge Fleischer's full docket from start to finish will be made available to you, hopefully within 24 hours for you to watch unedited in its entirety. I put up the last 2 days, so Monday and Tuesday of this week. They are live for channel members right now. I just turned that on. There's no commentary. It's unedited. It's just there for you to watch. I have a backlog of his stuff, weeks worth, that I'm also going to put up. You're going to have to give me time for that. There's only so many hours in a day, but we're going to continue to build that library out, and that will be available as an extra perk for those of you who are channel members. If you're not a channel member, it's $2.99 a month. It's incredibly inexpensive. It's less about the money for me than it is about building that tighter subset of the community that we can all interact. Also, it is official now. The only way that I'm guaranteeing that you're getting your comments read in videos is if you're a channel member, because there's just too much now. It's grown to that point where I can't keep up with everybody. So I catch other comments when I can, but channel members are the only ones that I'm going to guarantee that I'll actually see your comment and likely respond to it. So just be aware of that. But again, the first 2 videos of that are up. As long as Judge Fleischer puts it out there, I will make it available. Again, the goal is to have it up within 24 hours of his docket's conclusion, maybe sooner. As far as the backlog goes, give me some time. It's going to take a while, but we're going to build that out for you and continue to bring you lots of extra value. Let's go to Judge Washington. We haven't visited her in a couple of weeks, and she's actually got some activity going on.
You're going to accept responsibility for account 2 of no proof of insurance. That is the civil infraction. It carries a fine of $155. Is that correct?
I believe that's correct.
No, I was asking Ms. Patterson, and I know that part is correct. But thank you, Ms. Patterson. Is that what you want to do?
Yes.
All right. So that is for the event that occurred on April 20th of 2022 at the vicinity of one second. At the vicinity of Brookside and Washington here in Ypsilanti Township, correct?
Yes.
All right. Fine is $155. Ms. Patterson, you're already supposed to be making $30 per month. It looks like we haven't received any payments from you on your other tickets. Why is that?
I don't have no income right now. I'm working on finding a job, so.
Ms. Patterson, you're going to need to show this court that you don't have employment or file a financial hardship form if that's what you're asking to not have to pay. And then you can do community service if I find that you have an inability to pay. If you don't do that, then what happens is then I set these matters for contempt of courts where you end up having to potentially be held in contempt for failing to pay. So I'm gonna set this over for, excuse me, my sneeze was building up. I'm gonna set this over to June 18th, at which time you either need to have a job and be making payments, or you need to have filed the financial hardship form, okay?
Okay.
June 18th at 10 o'clock for payment on all of these cases. They give you one chance, to payment plan review, or file your form. After that, then they will be set for contempt hearings, okay? Well, that one will. The rest of them are show causes already, and they're gonna be scheduled for one more show cause. After that, if you haven't been making any payments, then like I said, we're gonna set these for contempt hearings. So do one or the other, make payment or file your financial hardship form, okay? Ms. Patterson,
I'm here. I'm listening.
did you hear me when I asked you if that, did you hear me? Is that
Yes,
okay?
that's okay.
All right, thank you. All right, well, I know it's not okay. It's not what you want. I just want to acknowledge that you hear me. So we don't have
Yes.
an agreement when you come back. Okay? All right, I'll see you back here at 10 a.m. on June 18th. on all
Thank you.
these- Thank you.
Okay, let's address the Legos in the room here real quick since a bunch of people are bringing it up. Right side of your screen, that is Dom's car from Fast and Furious. I did bring out some new Easter Legos this morning. We have a rabbit. We've got a couple of chicks. There's an egg there. Another rabbit. And then that's a bonsai tree sitting next to my head right there. Bodhi said I'm probably a good father. Thank you so much for that. I have an interesting viewpoint on fatherhood. I've always said that the goal of any parent should just be not to mess them up too badly. And I say that because there's no rule book to it. You know, you're flying by the seat of your pants the whole time, hoping that you're making the right choices and doing the right thing. I have 3 adult children who I don't see too much because they all live in different states, and you know, life takes over and you go off and you do your thing. Mrs. the Courtroom Files and I also have a 16-year-old son who still lives with us, and he is all sorts of fun. So let's go to Judge Fleischer.
Right. I don't want to, and I don't know what their position is. I don't know if she wants her there, you know, so that's my problem. We just don't know. I wouldn't follow the wishes of the complaining witness, and I don't know what the complaining witness wants, and I'm not going to take her word for it, you know?
Okay.
So really,
You can probably make a call real quick then.
yeah, go for it. But until I know what she wants, then, you know?
So the 10, 12,
She's fine.
All right, he's gone quiet again. Let's go back to Judge Washington's court.
So that's a reexamination, okay?
Okay.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Have a good day.
You too. Thank you.
The court will call the case of Remus Pascu, case number 24T11097.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
This is Mr. Remus Pascu. Please unmute, state your name.
Raymond Pascu.
All right, we're scheduled for a formal hearing today. This is a Ms. Guest and Elam matter. Is Mr. Gooden here for this one also?
He is, Your Honor. So
Go ahead.
I believe, Your Honor, we were up previously and we had adjourned out for today to have him bring the property into compliance. It's my understanding that that has not happened yet. So what we're asking for is that he simply admit responsibility to the violation and that an order entered requiring the property be brought into compliance within 7 days. And if that doesn't happen, that the township would have authority to enter the property, bring it into compliance, and charge that amount back to Mr. Pascu.
Mr. Pascu, and he's paying fines and costs today?
Correct.
Mr. Pascu, it's my understanding, sir. Well, first of all, sir, you have a right to have a hearing as to whether or not you are still in violation of the ordinance for the zoning ordinance. If it is found at that hearing that you are guilty, then or responsible, then what will happen, sir, is you're going to have the same result as if you admit to it, which is you'll have 10 days to come into compliance, or the township will go out and bring it into compliance and charge that to you. And then additionally, sir, you will have a fine of $100. So you have a right to have a hearing, or you can admit to it, but those are the options that you have at this time. What is your choice?
Honor.
Back to this, sir.
Is there any way that I could ask for just 48 hours? I removed the structure in the front yard. I was waiting on somebody to remove that for me. I mean, I can blame it on him, but it's my fault that it didn't get removed quicker. The garage is down, so the only thing that's left is the trailer. I was wrong about the date that the campground opens. It opens yesterday. And I wasn't able to make it out to take that out yesterday, and I'm not able to do that today. But if I could get 24 to 48 hours, I can have this in compliance within 24 to 48 hours.
All right, that's relatively routine. Let's go back to Judge Fleischer. His court's been really spotty, and I'm trying to not miss much of the action there.
Monitor, so we know where you are. If you're out doing something you shouldn't be doing, we're going to get wind of it, and it's not going to go well for you. So how long does it take you to get from work to home?
So it's about a 45-minute drive. It's in Montville, and I live in Newport.
Okay. So you want until what, 12:45 then, give or take?
Yes, sir.
Okay, we'll do that. I'll modify your schedule. Just remember, don't do anything you shouldn't be doing. The last thing you want to do is go back to jail because you've got a great job. You could be potentially losing it by just, all these cases are because of one thing. What's that one thing? No. Well, yes. But other than that, one thing, what is it?
My decisions.
Self-control. When you exercise self-control, even in the most stressful times, good things happen. You've been doing well. I'm happy to modify your schedule. So now modify the curfew till 12:45 in the morning. Yeah, after midnight, 12:45. Okay. And baby steps will go. If you're doing well, you keep doing well, you keep at it. We will loosen the chains, so to speak, on how well you're doing.
Did you want to leave the turkey for, so 12:45 a.m. until?
No. So he's working, you leave the house at 7 in the morning?
No, so I have to be at work at 7.
So you'll leave.
Give me 5:30 or. We're monitoring at 9 p.m. to 5 a.m.
Okay, so do, we want him to work for like 6:15 in the morning or 6 o'clock in the morning. He can go. He's got to be back at home at 1 in the morning. So from 1 in the morning until 6 in the morning. Okay. All right, man.
Thank you.
Make us proud. You got it, dude.
Morning, Judge.
Hey, Walter.
Can I stop the case with you?
Yeah. Yeah. Does you need me? No. Got it.
Lots of judges just walking off this morning, so we're going to go over to Judge McNally. Before we do, Jeremy Fling, good morning. Welcome. Thanks for joining us for the first time. As B. Davis mentioned, we do have fun here. We watch a lot of court. We pretty much stay on topic. Every now and then we go off on Legos, or our co-host, my kitten Ellie, who is not with us this morning. She's off sleeping somewhere. But feel free to interact in the chat. We're all fairly friendly here, and it's nice to have you.
Your client, and the earlier the better, and you can go talk to Mr. Urick on Zoom.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Hopefully he'll bring the file in, okay?
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Mr. Crawford, what case do you have? I need the Bruder file. I don't have the Bruder file.
Yeah, I have the Bruder file. I'll be in with it in a moment.
File is here. Give me that. I need these files, Mr. Crawford. I don't have any files in here.
I'm on my way in with Bruder now.
One with the interpreter too, that I gotta get him out of here. We're paying him money, and your client or whoever that was, it's not been, he did not show up, of course, probably still sleeping. I don't know.
See you
So
shortly.
I need both those files, please.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning, Deputy. How are you?
Very well, sir. I got Amanda Emerson here present. Then I have an Aaron Griggs, an arraignment on a warrant.
Okay, great.
Aaron Griggs, but I got Miss Emerson here now.
All right, thank you. I'm gonna do Miss Bruder. We're gonna get Miss Emerson. Mr. Carmen should have had that. Where's Johnny? Mr. Crawford, I need the files, please. Come on. You got Amanda Emerson and Tony Carmen.
I don't know what's going on with her. He went and see Amy at the hotel. File for anyone that needs an interpreter. All we have is a Bruder. That was Emerson was given to Tony Carmen. You told me.
Hang on, let's slow down. This interpreter in the back, what case are you here on again?
He is not checked in. He's a 9:30.
Well, we're gonna issue a warrant. I mean, wait till 4 o'clock for somebody to show up. It's ridiculous. I'm gonna get this poor gentleman out of here right now. I want. Wait 1 second, Mr. President. Be right to
What do you think?
Just irritating. Last show out.
Did we check the hallway just to be sure?
I wasn't, the hallway is.
Somebody call this person, you call this person's name.
Yes.
Rodolfo Antonio Perdomo, 34867662 A, B, and C. Your name? So this guy appeared at 11 o'clock on the day he was supposed to be here. Back on March 19th. I don't know why I was good with setups. Court finds done it, engaging in willful intent to delay adjudication. Bench warrant issue. Schedule this and schedule this and schedule this. 7,510%. $7,510%. Make a note that the interpreter was here. Uh, $2,510% on the other file. Default judgment on this one was already entered. So if we didn't stay with the default judgment, Lisa, I want you to, I think that probably was still in effect, but if not, we're ending that now. Submit your bill. I'm really sorry we dragged you here. This is the second time with this. I hope he doesn't want me. If he doesn't, I don't mind. Brian Bruder. Brian Emmerich Bruder, thank you very much. Brian Emmerich Bruder, 248-834-255. Council, your appearance.
Let's move on. Let's say good morning to Judge Sheila Johnson over in Southfield, Michigan. We haven't seen her in a couple of days.
He was raised by his mother in Detroit. Is that right? You were raised in Detroit. So then under marital history, it says he resides with his father in Southfield. That's wrong. Where do you reside with your father? That's the East Point. Okay.
In court as well this morning in support.
Okay. Okay.
Just an FYI, if anybody's experiencing like pauses or buffering issues out there, it appears to be on YouTube's end, not on mine. Everything going out of the studio today is healthy and working just fine, but YouTube is telling me that there might be a buffering problem. So that's their servers, not me. If you're experiencing that, just ride it out as best you can.
Why do you smoke marijuana?
My nose. Yeah, I got pain with my knee.
Oh.
My knee. I was hoping my neighbor moved. I put got caught and invested my knee.
So did you go to a doctor for that?
Yeah, they said they didn't know what's wrong. And didn't. My mother's was there and they said they didn't know what's wrong.
So did a doctor tell you to smoke marijuana for pain in your knee? So you can't be doing that unless you have a doctor prescribe it for you. It's not good for you. It really isn't. You think it is because it's legal, but it's not. You've been smoking it since you were 16, and how old are you? 20. Okay, well, what would you like to say in his behalf?
He does have strong family support. His mother is here today.
Well, who was the victim? Was she one? It says as they were arguing about some kind of bridge card.
No.
She is listed as a victim. In my phone.
Okay, well, it's two. Is it two counts here? It was two counts, one was dismissed and he pled to the misdemeanor. And Custody Crawford is also listed on the DV. And that's the girlfriend.
That's correct.
Yes. And then Melita Caldwell's listed. Who's that, the mother? Yes. Okay, so she is a. He just has some issues he needs to work. But what kind of issues does he have? I think him to say he needs some help. He needs some help. It says here he thought he might have had mental health treatment, but he wasn't sure once. What was this about?
This card, the mother was looking for a race card that day.
How does it turn into domestic assault? You don't know. You were there. You're the one did it. You were charged with it and you convicted of it. How do you not know what happened?
I was yelling, just walked in.
And you don't wake up in a nice mood? Is that what you're telling me?
She was going on and.
So then what did you do? Because you just woke up.
He was just back and forth.
And you didn't push anybody, you didn't hit anybody, you did nothing. And what about the girlfriend?
I didn't talk to her.
You what?
Talk to her.
You were trying to talk to her. Sir, your story don't sound right at all. It makes no sense. You know you did something. Maybe you were asleep. I give you that.
My stuff away, all my clothes away, my shoes.
Well, why would you be doing any of that?
It's out of my mind.
Okay, so what have you been diagnosed with? Anything in the past? Mental health wise?
ADHD,
that's a little more than ADHD. If you're just getting upset to the point that you're throwing things out, those are people that normally they don't focus well, but they're not that violent or anything.
This case, and I haven't seen my son, and I haven't been around my son. The court case before that, I've been dealing with a lot, trying to find a job, trying to find a second job. Then when I found, kind of an interview for a second job, I kind of
Stop him there. He's got a pending case and I don't want him to continue talking. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Good advice. You got a pending case. What's the charge? It's in front of you. No. Oh, okay. Okay, sir. Listen, I'm trying to get a little bit of grasp on what's going on with you so that I can determine what I want to do for sentencing here. And if you're waking up out of your sleep, and granted, okay, if you've been yelled at, okay, that's shocking. But I don't understand how it gets to throwing your clothes out and 2 counts of domestic violence that you're convicted on. So we do have to figure this out. We do need to get you in some kind of therapy. If you want to see your child, this is not good on your record for trying to get the visitation rights from a court anyway. If they see that you're being violent and violent with the mother. So, you got some work to do. And you probably should at some point see your son. I would agree with that. But you got to get yourself situated where you can file for some custody, of at least visitation in custody or joint custody or something. Because I bet you haven't done any of that, have you? Then you got a court order on your side for visitation right now. She did not letting you see him, I guess. So anyway, but you got to get yourself together. We got to figure out why this happened because I'm not real clear on it. So, all right. You want to say anything?
Yes, Your Honor. Just to advise the court, and if you could remind me, what was the no contact provisions in this matter?
Let's see. So not to go over to the address on Shiawassee Circle, no contact with either Destiny Crawford or Melita Caldwell.
Thank you. So to advise the court, on or about June 19th of 2023, the defendant was charged and convicted of 2 counts of RNO, IWIC, and domestic violence against a different victim. Was placed on YTA status in the circuit court. And is now up for a violation of that status.
Because of this case? Or the other cases kept pending, or both?
You now have this case before you, 2 counts of domestic violence and an IWIC that was reduced from the 2-year felony down to the 1-year attempted IWIC. And you have the new case in front of you that's now set for preliminary examination.
Do you have any idea what the circuit court did with the hideout? Like, did they order counseling? What did they do? You know?
I'm not answering that question.
Okay.
But to correct the record, count 1 was completely dismissed on this case. But the 2 counts of TV,
Yeah.
which are 93 misdemeanors. That's it.
Right. That's what I got.
And as far as I know, Judge, the matter, which I don't represent him on any of the other 2 cases, is still pending in front of Judge Polis. And so I'm sure she'll handle what she needs to handle there. The other matter that I stopped him from talking is pending for a preliminary exam in front of you. So we just, on this case, just need to get him sentenced and.
Yeah, I'm just trying not to duplicate anything. I don't know what they did at circuit court.
It's still pending.
He says, I thought he said he was sentenced.
The violation of probation, to my knowledge, is still pending.
The VOP is still pending.
So what was he sentenced to? That's what I wonder.
I'm looking. Probation. Employment, participate in mental health treatment, and domestic violence.
Okay. Did you wish to say something? What? You're not finished?
He's also getting a bond violation because the new case that is now before you, it was a violation of your conditions. And I can say as an officer of the court, the defendant continues to have contact while in OCJ with the mother. From listening to those calls, I can certify for you, Your Honor, the defendant is not at a point that he's willing to change his behavior. This is everyone else's issue. It's not his. He refuses to take responsibility for anything. And the people have no reason to believe that this will not occur again because it has occurred 3 times now.
Well, you know, he's just a recidivist and there may be nothing we can do to change the behavior. The only thing we can do is try. He was on a personal bond in this case, so he's really not getting any credit or anything else. He's got 1 day of credit. You know, the choice is yours, Mr. Caldwell. And you might have some mental health issue there, but you're not crazy. And so you can understand right and wrong. And you know what you're doing when you're doing it. I know you do. So you got to decide in your own mind that you're going to change. You got all these cases. Keep doing similar things. And it's not going to be any better for you unless you make that decision. And only you can make that decision. We can give you what we can give you to try to help you get through some mental health counseling and whatever, but that's all we can do. We can't stop you from reoffending. We can't stop you from being violent unless you want to stop. We can't stop you from picking up cases unless you want to stop. So I guess you'll stop when you're done. Or maybe you want to go to prison and sit there. Maybe that's what'll stop you. I don't know. But your life is not going well right now. You're not working towards anything good. You're working towards everything bad. And you're talking about you want to see a child. You don't have time to see a child, even if you could, because you're too busy dealing with all these legal issues everywhere around town that you brought on yourself. So instead of focusing on one legal issue, which would be, what can I do to see my son or daughter, whichever it is, you're doing all this other stuff. You're never going to get down to those things, which are, I think, are the more important things. So I'm going to sentence you according to what probation is recommended. I'll do that. 15 months of probation, and I'm going to do.
Sorry to interrupt you, but just giving him a straight jail sentence because
I want to rehabilitate him, but that's why I asked what the circuit was doing.
chances are that may or may not be the answering circuit, and then that'll duplicate the effort, and circuit will trump whatever's happening down here. So he's already been incarcerated. The court would give him a straight jail sentence, close this case out. Then the other two matters, he still has to deal with the other felonies that's pending. And then whatever's happening in circuit is not probably gonna be as favorable as what this court would do.
Oh, sure.
So I would just ask that you get.
All right, sir, you understand your lawyer's asking for a jail sentence? You good with that? Okay, well, we'll do that. And that's based upon the totality of the circumstances that you're facing. I wanted to do something because I gave your cops to probation with the HEAL program.
Understood, and because he violated, the cops agreement would be off the table, and putting him on yet another probation. The past has shown that that's not a good option for him.
Okay, well, let's see what his background is before I give him this jail. He doesn't have any convictions. All right, so the sentence of the court here is going to be 45 days on both counts. Credit for one, and that'll just be it. No fines, no costs. He had requested Spouse Abuse Diversion Act. I can't do that because he's not going on probation. So just give him 45 credit for one, and he'll be done with this before he even is done with the other cases.
Good shape.
Okay, and let's make a note. No 7694A. All right, so you understand that by this jail term, this is going to be on your record, these two counts, because we're not putting you on any kind of probation so that you could get the benefits of the diversion of not having it on your record. You understand that? Okay. Okay, so that'll conclude this matter.
Thank you.
And just so the record's clear on this, I'm not dealing with the bond violation,
Yeah.
which is the new case. It's very moot at this point.
And he has bond on these other cases pending before you that I don't represent.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okie dokie. To those of you who are talking about audio out there, I've pointed this out before, but I'll point it out again because I think it's worth noting, regardless of where you get your court content from. These systems that are used in these courtrooms were all cobbled together during COVID. And it was them getting the parts and the pieces that they could and putting it together so they could still hold court over Zoom. And the vast majority of these courtrooms are still using these systems that were just cobbled together without any particular consideration to production value. So it's a mess everywhere. There's highs and lows. One of the judges that I love to watch is Judge McBurney, but I won't ever show him on the live because his voice is so booming through the microphone that it'll break your ears, but he's fun to watch. So it's a problem. But anyways, here at the Courtroom Files, we actually run all of the audio through a mixer to try to clean it up a little bit, but we can only go so far. If you take it too far, you start to get distortions and you lose different things, and we do the best we can. But as many have noted, Judge Fleischer is really good to watch here because of how we're able to clean it up just a little bit. So again, we do what we can. Jeremy, have you ever had to bail out a family member? No. And I won't, because actually we have a t-shirt for that. This is available in the Courtroom Files store. Always be a good boy. Mommy and daddy don't have bail money. That's kind of our philosophy here. By the way, channel members, just a reminder, you get 20% off in the Courtroom Files store on all of your purchases all the time. Let's go to Judge Fleischer.
So last we were here, she was granted the bond to go back to the main jurisdiction. She did. We're just waiting for notification from Wisconsin. She turned herself in. We'll have to get a written notification that goes through our sheriff's office before we do.
Do you want to wait until later today, or what do you want to do? Okay.
Judge, if I could cut in real fast, Judge, my client is courtroom. Can we call her up so she can hear what's going on?
You want your confirmation?
Oh, well, I'm hoping they confirm. We just have
She's right here.
Right, but we have to get the written confirmation through the sheriff. It's just a process. We actually.
Oh, you're saying so she made bond over there?
No, she bonded here. She returned the active the warrant is no longer active, but we do have to get the written confirmation through our sheriff's office that she returned herself. That's all.
Okay, so okay, just take a seat, ma'am. I mean, I need time, Ricardo, to see that what she did, what she was supposed to do.
Well, if I may, Judge, she was supposed to give proof that she either turned herself in to Wisconsin or handled the warrant up there. She sent me proof of that. I've sent that proof to the prosecutor. We've done what we needed to do on our end.
Who did you send it to?
To both Mr. Dave Kim and Ms. Amy.
Did you get it? Shh.
I did get the bond paperwork or the paperwork that he sent me. Dave just wanted me to get.
Right. Yeah. They, many documents can be forged to look authentic. So we're not going to take that just at face value, Ricardo. They need to confirm with them and through their sheriff's office that what's done is done. So,
I believe they did. I believe they made a call, but we're waiting for some document that I don't know why we need extra. I believe they made a call this morning, is my understanding.
They just want it in writing.
okay. So let's do this. I'll wait till the end of the docket. Hopefully he's gotten it by then. I don't know. I can reach out to you if you want. I think I have your cell phone.
Here's what we could do, Judge. There's really no big problem if we could just let my client leave. She's there. She presented herself to be sure that everything's good.
I'm not going to do that just yet, Ricardo. I want to make sure that the state's satisfied. I think it's the fair thing to do.
I will also note Day is okay with rolling into tomorrow, just wait for the confirmation to come in. And we're essentially just waiting that one written confirmation.
Do you want to roll it till tomorrow? Ricardo?
Will she be required to be there tomorrow?
I mean, I don't know, Ricardo. Bottom line, if she did what she was supposed to do, the case is going to get dismissed. If she didn't do what she's supposed to do, the bond gets revoked. So whether she's here or not, it's of no consequence. I want to make sure that she did, and that the state's satisfied that she did what she was supposed to do. So, I guess let's roll it to tomorrow to make sure that it happened, to give them everyone enough time, and we'll go from there. I'll waive it, right? But if it's not done, then I'm gonna issue the warrant. So,
Well, the only thing is if it's not done for some reason, I mean, can we present to you the papers that she has from Wisconsin? I mean,
sure.
oh, you can make the decision on
Of
whether or
course.
not to apply.
Yeah. But look, if she did it, then she has nothing to worry about. So, yeah, let's roll it to tomorrow. Okay.
So just to be clear, she's not required to come tomorrow.
I get with Dave, because I don't know.
Fair enough. Okay. Thank you, Judge.
Bye.
Thank you, Judge Fleischer.
Mr. Clark. Great job.
Yes,
I'm
sir.
really proud of you. You're doing great. 1 second, let me mute this. We love success stories. And the only way that you have now is up. If you just write it out, do, what they're asking, the sky's the limit, The idea now is that you get a job and a good one, so you see the money start rolling in, because the idea is when you see that and you see how life can be, the only way to go is up. So the only problem that we need is that we need to get a high school diploma, because that is going to prevent you, I think, getting many a job, because they said you have interest in truck driving, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the first thing you need to do is to, at a minimum, try to get your high school diploma. We've got resource here so they can help you out to do everything that you need to get both of those things done. There's no fees, right? So we can take care of everything?
He just updated me on something. He says he was only short 3 credits. So he's
so close.
He's actually going to go back to the charter school he was attending and take care of that so he can get his high school diploma.
You were really that close?
Yeah, I was that close.
I mean,
Slipped up.
okay, it's not a big deal, but I want to put a schedule on it so that we know what happens, though. We're not going to just leave it open-ended, right? So I would say within 2 weeks, to try to go get him re-enrolled.
Yes, sir.
So that we know what happens. People perform better when they have deadlines as opposed to just open, okay, go get it done. So let's say 2 weeks for you to get back enrolled, and then just let us know how fast it'll happen to where you can get those 3 credits done. And then we're going to have them help you get a, Class A driver's license so that you can drive trucks. You got to understand, though, is that when you're driving, that big of a truck, they drug test you like crazy. You cannot have anything in your system because they'll get rid of you in a second if you have anything, including weed, in your system. You understand? So it's just, there's no using, especially when you're operating 10,000-pound machines. Because I'm so proud of you. You're doing really well.
I'm proud of you.
Just keep it up. When you show up, good things happen. If you ever need anything, just come back, let us know, and I'll help you, and I'll help you get whatever you need. You want a job, you want this, that, I don't care. We'll help you with whatever you need. And then when you successfully complete this probation, I'll seal it for you. We will pay for it for you to get it sealed. Okay?
Yes, sir.
Because then the general public can't see it. It's great. All right? Great. Okay, good luck, Mr. Clark.
Thank you, Judge.
All right.
Hey.
How you doing? Great.
I have one person I'm urging on. It's Mr. Miguel Arce Hernandez, Your Honor. He has a nice role, but seems like he was out of line. He picked up new kids.
Oh, he picked up in the case.
I wasn't sure if you wanted to speak to him or not. He's a Spanish speaker, so we'd have to get an interpreter if you wanted to speak with him. But
do you mind calling an interpreter, please?
Yes. It's Arce Hernandez. ARC. Would you like me to step down until the interpreter gets here, Judge?
Yeah, please.
Absolutely.
It's all right. Just whenever you're ready, I guess just let me know. Was he so he was on the lam, though. this wasn't just an open case, was it?
Right.
The FSGI? Yeah. So don't worry about it. I thought he was on bond. He was just, with your guy, it was in an open warrant status.
Oh,
right?
sorry.
He had bond forfeited. I thought he was on bond and doing it and he just happened to pick
Yeah,
up a
that's
new
what I
case.
thought. I'm sorry. I guess I missed.
No, it
It was on bond for both, and then while it was an open warrant. It
picked up a new case. So that's what happened. So what I'm gonna do is I'm also gonna revoke the PR bond that they gave him on the DWI.
Yes, Judge.
I'll leave it at 100, but I'm not gonna give them a PR bond on the new case, and then just whatever you want to do.
Sounds good. Hey, I mean, I follow the bill order for now. I'm gonna look into the immigration consequences issue, but then I'll reset it. for-
Yeah, and then I guess let us know whatever you want to do.
Yeah, Judge.
Like he's gonna try to get an immigration bond or whatnot, yeah. Okay.
Absolutely. Thank you,
So
Judge.
no PR bond would be good, yeah. Okay,
Have a good day, Your Honor.
thanks, you too.
So did you want him out or not? Oh, okay.
No. He was on the lam, so I'm just gonna revoke him. I thought he was acting, like, I thought he cared.
This is our secret.
No worries. Thanks, love, next time, sir. Good exercise.
No, never mind. I thought he cared. Love it. So at the beginning of the show, we were with Judge Simpson, and I abruptly left him to go to Judge Fleischer because Judge Fleischer got online like a half an hour early. I don't feel bad. They're still in that same hearing, so we wouldn't have stuck with it anyways. It's a preliminary exam that's dragged on an hour, 45 minutes now. Back to Judge.
Want to mention that the state's going to be evaluating this case later today for dismissal, just in light of information that I've learned recently.
Okay. So he's telling me that you're here from another state or something like that, right? You don't have much family here. These are things that you need to consider when you're out there in the free world. The reason you're out of jail now is because we gave you a free bond. That doesn't continue to happen. If you continue to pick up cases, at some point, we stop giving PR bonds. And if you don't have anyone to pony up $5,000, $10,000 to get you out, you will be stuck in there. And when that happens to people, they end up just pleading guilty to get out, racking up convictions, and you become unemployable. I don't know what kind of relationship you have with this person, but if it's the type of relationship that you're constantly butting heads and you're constantly fighting, be very careful. Because if you pick up a new case, or if I find that you become a danger, you're threatening or acting like this, I'm going to revoke the bond. I'm not asking much. I just want my city safe. You understand? All right. So just don't have any threatening or harassing contact with her. Don't have any weapons, and everybody's happy. Okay. Do you mind filing those conditions, and then we'll have a sign, and then you'll be free to go after that. Okay. Oh, we got it. Come on. Just don't worry about it. We already have conditions. I'll sign.
Yeah, I think you're just going to make sure I'm all good.
Okay.
I appreciate it.
Just let me know.
Hey, Judge.
Hi, Lori.
I'm approaching on Crystal Mitchell. It's an old case.
She in jail?
Yeah, she's in jail. She has a felony and she wants to go to trial on her felony.
It says you already filed them, you just didn't, you changed the in the order, so you're good.
One 874-803. Nice. I don't understand. What's it? Is it set for trial now, Lori?
No, it's set for the 10th for disposition.
Our cases are old, right?
Yes, sir. They are the same transaction.
So
She
I
got
guess
she
let's
was,
go ahead.
no, go ahead.
I mean, I guess let's set ours for trial too.
Well, okay,
You know, it's not like they're gonna go on ours first, you know,
okay.
right?
Oh, yes, sir.
It's up to you. I mean,
Yeah,
but
we can set it.
the thing is that they're set for June 10th. And that's a disposition setting, and then she's gonna want to set it for trial. She's gonna get 5 months in the, you know?
Yes, sir.
So, just give me a date you want. I don't care. Just will you let the felony court know that we're going to set the assault for trial? It's out of the same transaction, out of the felony, so I don't know what they're gonna do. But it's nearly 300 days and I'm not gonna wait for felony, you know?
Yes, sure.
So you tell me, Lori. When you want?
I have one set in June. I could do then.
Okay.
Let's see. What dates?
She's set for June
on
10th,
Tuesdays?
which is a Tuesday. Do you want to set it for the week before, the 3rd?
Yeah.
Done.
All right. Thank you.
Okay.
Do you get that?
Got it, Lori.
Thank you.
And
Have
just
a
let
good
the
day.
felony court know, please.
Yes, sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right, Lori. Hey, what's the word?
Judge, I want to let you know what's going on with my case. It's on your docket today. Last name Garcia Ibarra, first name Eduardo. Okay. So the situation is this, Judge. He has a felony and a misdemeanor. Well, 2 felonies. I've negotiated with the felony court a plea bargain where it's contingent on him pleading to this DWI, to a probation on DWI second caseload, because they want him to be monitored.
Okay.
But there's no one to speak to except this person, right, this DA right here. So I was wondering if I can get him to write it up. That's why I'm approaching, to let you know that we intended to lift it, and that I'm asking.
You want to roll it to tomorrow or Monday?
No, I'm asking the state to write it up today so we complete it today. Do we have time to do it today, Judge?
Of course. I mean,
Garcia.
Mr. Casanova, whatever you want to do. If you want to do it today, if you want to do it tomorrow.
In here, Judge, so I approached just to get to him, and I'm letting you know what's
Are
going
you
on.
okay?
Yes, sure.
Yes. Okay, let's do it.
Cool, thank you, Judge.
Sure.
Garcia.
So they're gonna dump both cases upstairs?
No, they're gonna reduce to a misdemeanor time served on one of them and dump the other one.
Got it. That's still, it's not bad. Anytime you're kicking a felony. Okay. Amy,
Yes.
good morning. You ready?
Yes, this is, no.
Oh, it's with Ricardo. Okay, Ricardo.
Judge.
Yeah.
Okay. Judge, so Ms. Mewborn is there. It sounds like Day wants to roll it tomorrow. That's fine. The only reason I'm like trying to get this resolved, Judge, is because this bond amount was $6,000. And so we're really concerned that we don't want this to be forfeited at all. So that's why she's there. That's why we presented the documents, and we're waiting on confirmation. But
I get it. I mean, there's.
I will add, Dave has indicated to me that, I mean, again, all we're waiting for, we've received the confirmation, we're just waiting for it to flow through the proper channels. He's indicated that we're not moving to forfeiture at this time. The only reason we're moving is if for some insane reason, like she's told like 3 different law enforcement agencies, but like that's a issue.
Okay, so let's roll it to tomorrow and I'll waive her appearance.
Sounds like a plan, Judge. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Wait, Ricardo.
Yes,
you
Judge.
still have Tome Vallardes.
Yes. Are you ready to speak about him, Judge?
Yes.
Okay, so approach on him. It's Mr. Eric Tome Vallardes. He's got 2 cases in your court. Well, he's set for bond forfeiture today. This is the one where it didn't go too well for him in immigration, and we were trying to bring him back, but I guess that didn't go through. So I don't think he's there in custody. I don't think you have him in the back. So
no.
So maybe the warrant didn't go through. Maybe we weren't able to bench warrant him.
Yeah, I'm gonna revoke the bond. You know, we'll set it at 2501 on each.
Okay.
And then you want to try to bench warrant him or just issue the bonds? or just revoke, or what do you want to do?
It's up to you, Judge.
I don't
Is
care.
he still in immigration? Do we know?
Do you know if he's still in immigration?
So he was ordered,
Removed?
removed.
When?
This was, so on the 19th, he was ordered removed. I don't think we've done a bench warrant for this case.
He's ordered removed the 19th of what day? Of this month?
March.
Damn it. I wanted him here before he gets deported, man.
That's when he was ordered deported, Judge. That doesn't mean that he's been deported yet.
Well, I don't think that they're gonna wait. I mean, how do we look up on the, you know how we look up on the?
Ice detainer, look up. This is Thomas.
Ice detainer, is that what it is?
Is this Thomas?
Thomas. T-O-M-E.
I'm seeing that there's listed for immigration application placed November 24th. But that's whenever you take it into our next. Oh, I see. Go ahead.
Right, it's a lift. Let me see. Where is he from?
Let me pull up the document on my end, Judge. So the decision date was March 19th. And he does have a right to appeal up until April 18th, Judge. So
I know that, but do you know if that's going to happen though?
It's unlikely. Last time I talked to the family member, it was unlikely that that was going to happen.
Okay, I guess we'll revoke the bond.
Okay, sounds
501 on both. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, that's all I got.
Roberto.
Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, Ms. Morgan, you ready?
Yes, Your Honor. I have a couple of people on docket. One of them is Mr. Carlos Giovanni Ramos, who did post bond.
What?
Yes,
Where is he here?
he is. Your Honor.
Come here. That way, that way. We don't want you near our DAs.
Ramos.
When did he bond out?
When did you go out?
April section. You are on deferred with us for an attempted auto theft. You had an open possession of a controlled substance and you pick up 4 $30,000 to $150,000 theft cases. You are ordered to be under home confinement. I don't want you out at all. I want my public safe and I'm going to do everything in my power to protect it. If I find that you pick up another case, if I find that you break any of these conditions, I will light you up. Do you understand? Sir. I'm sending him now for a drug test. I want to know what, if anything, is in his system. And then I want him back. Okay? GPS monitor, home confinement. Do you know what the felony court did?
Yes, Your Honor, I believe on the last setting, you mimicked the same conditions as those. That includes the GPS monitor. That's a risk.
Pero a mí me pusieron que puedo ir a la escuela.
With the exception of going to school, Your Honor.
Nope, I don't care. I don't trust you to be able to go to school with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cases, 5 felonies that are open. The only thing I want in this life is my county to be safe. And you out there in the free world truly scares me because I don't know what you're doing. And I don't know if you truly want to do schooling, it can be done online. I don't want you out. Do you understand me? I'm sending you now for a drug test and I hope that you're not using On your other ankle, I will put a scram monitor so I know that you're not consuming alcohol. I will bring you here periodically for drug testing, and if I find that you're using, your bond right now is set at 10,004. If I find that you're using, if I find that you go out, and I'm telling you now, I don't give a rat's behind what it's for. If I find that you're out, I'm gonna make your bond so high, you'll have hair falling out. Do you understand? I want to send him for a drug test now, and then he's to come back, and then we'll go from there.
Just so you're aware of the felonies, they do have them on a curfew. With the curfew, he must be inside the house by 1:35 p.m. and he is not allowed out until 7:25 a.m. He got a small window during the day where he's permitted to be out.
For what?
That's what.
Where? To where?
It's just for school.
Where is the school?
Evolution of Cat.
I don't know if I trust him enough to be able to do this. You know,
Yeah, I will say,
they're open, and then he has an auto theft with us.
I understand. I just feel it's going to conflict with what they have in the system.
Yeah, I know it's gonna come. I know. I just don't care. You know, the only thing I care about is my county being safe, and with 6 and at that young age, you know, it just.
regarding the new felonies, Your Honor, I do want to remind the court that there is a presumption of innocence, and that's what he's currently doing, working on that. And it seems like his mom is the one taking him to school, so he does have someone else support system to make sure that he's.
I don't know that. I mean, if you bring.
And I've
mom
spoken to his
here,
mom.
I mean, you get mom here to show me that she's going to do that, you know, then perhaps. But at this point, Mr. Ramos, you scare me, truly. And the only thing I want is you not to pick up a 7th case or someone to end up dead or another car to be gone. Do you understand? But at this point, and I don't know how someone posted up $100,000 bond on you, but if I remember, the bonds were all set at like what, 50,000, all of them, and then the felonies all got reduced or something like that.
I think they're 20.
I don't know what the felonies were at. It looks like they're about $20,000 now.
Yeah. All I want is my county to be safe. That's all I care about. If your mom comes here and tells me that she's going to take you.
She come right now.
Is she here?
Yeah.
She's here right now?
She's downstairs.
Go get her. Go, let me talk to her.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Do you need a translator?
Does she speak Spanish only?
Yeah.
Yes, Your Honor.
Can you call a translator, please? Thank you. For him? Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Problem is, if we can't, with the felonies open. But it's money. It's money. So did you hear what the recommendation is?
No, I didn't.
WIMAC.
What was it?
WIMAC. I think it's money. You know, that's with the other gentleman that was just here, he was in WIMAC and he's doing great, you know? But the problem is that we can't while those cases upstairs are open. So we're kind of in holding pattern, but when does this expire?
It's the addendum, so they got some to another year. You want a date, we give you a date.
I just don't want it to accidentally expire because these cases are probably going to go on for the next year.
So to expire November of this year.
Okay. I guess we'll address it getting closer to. But that's for me, that's the goal. That'd be great.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Right. So let's wait for mom and then we can.
Sounds good, Judge. I do have another case too.
Okay. Who?
I have Mr. Butler, he's in custody.
Okay.
All the way to 3 days extension. Yeah. Yes.
What would you like to do?
I would request the court for a PR bond. I did get contact information, which is what we discussed last time. He gave me his sister's address and phone number, and he would be staying with her.
Is she going to pick him up from here, from the jail? Do you know?
I don't know. This is the information he gave me this morning. I would still need to talk to her.
Oh, yeah. Talk to, I'm not giving him a PR bond now just because he gave you the information, because we don't even know if she'll take it, right? Yeah. Would you mind reaching out to her?
I don't mind. Yeah, if I can roll this one over to tomorrow.
As much time as you want. If you want a week, if you need a couple days, whatever you want. But for me, if a PR bond, number one, will she take him? Number two, will she pick him up? Because I don't want to just give him a PR bond and he walks out of jail and then he goes, hitches a ride somewhere else. So if I know that she's willing to pick him up, take him, and then try to keep him there, then that's a different story. But yeah, at that point, I think I'd be more amenable.
All right, sounds good. Thank
Yeah,
you.
thanks for it. Jeff, what's up, man? What's new?
Nothing new, nothing new, just getting used to the side.
Okay, you're on the phone. Do you have a case with us?
I do, but excuse, I'll speak first.
Please, take your time.
Yes, sir.
So I've got my eyes on 9 other courtrooms at the moment, and honestly, they're all a little bit quiet, as is Judge Fleischer, but I normally hang with you at least until 9 a.m. here on the West Coast. So I think we'll just continue with Judge Fleischer because he's got a couple of things that he's waiting on. So we'll just ride here and see if these people come back before we call it a day. If not, and if there's anything that's earth-shattering, I'll obviously do a follow-up video. But let's just stick here for a little bit.
That's the only one.
Yeah, because the other one's gonna play. So
So they're going to take it.
Yeah, that's some word.
Yeah. Did we get his name?
Yeah.
Ramos?
Yeah.
Okay. And then Judge wants him to get his grant.
Ramos.
Yes. Right, Judge, for Ramos, you said it's Graham?
Yeah, Scram and GPS. And can we have someone that actively, if he goes to school, can they put,
Let me look at the dimension.
I'd like to know if he's deviating from school, right? If he's going somewhere else. So there's got to be a way to get there and a way back from home. So we know they're going directly to school and directly back. So they're
The
not,
same way we're covering his home zone, we can cover the school as an inclusion.
yeah.
That'll be fine.
So we know through that 4-hour window, he's at that school and doesn't go anywhere else. And if he goes somewhere else, boom, it dings and we know. And then
That'll work best for the device as long as that's where you too.
Yeah.
Let me include that on your conditions then that the school and this location.
Well, I want to talk to mom first, just to make sure that she's going to do it, so that she's taking him to and from school, because I'm not going to accept that he's taking one of his friends or something like that, you know?
Have you done these certifications? Do you like is condition? It's within 5 years of conviction or 5 years of an old offense?
I mean, look, I always forget.
So now it's 5 days if it's within 5. But I don't know if it's conviction or disposition.
But after 5 days, you're not. In the back, like the police.
Your Honor, I have Victor Perez Ramirez. He is a Spanish speaker. He's in custody.
Okay.
Yes, Your Honor, and he signed the waiver of extradition this morning.
Okay.
Just wondering if you wanted to admonish him.
No, I think we're.
I did explain. Yeah. And he seems to understand.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, here you go, Judge.
Thank you.
You're waiting for never rights, you're waiting for rights.
Hi. Yeah, come on up.
I have Mr. Alan Jarmilio Jimenez.
Jail or on bond?
I'm on. I pronounced his name incorrectly, I'm sure.
Okay, I see it.
Yeah, so we're waiting on PTI approval. The packet was sent. Have not confirmed that it was received. The state is working on that.
Do confirm.
I emailed to confirm, Your Honor. I haven't heard back yet.
Let's just wait to see. I mean, we have a little bit of time. It's not even 11 yet. He sent an email. Let's wait. Maybe, do you have anywhere else to go?
I just need to go to 2, but it'll be quick.
Go get done what you need to get done. Hopefully they'll respond. If not, then I can also send an email as well to try to kind of hurry it up.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay.
Yes, I think the conditions. Yeah.
We should see.
And then we're finding out, we'll figure out when it needs to go. It's, if it's within 5 years, it's followed, if it's every 5 years, it's agreed, but.
Say it again?
I know if it's within 5 years of the previous conviction or. if
It's, yes, it's conviction or completion of,
Okay. Of the conviction within 5 years, it's 5 days, if it's after 5 years.
Thank you.
Just as a drafting version. Defendant must provide school schedule prior to any semester beginning and must communicate any changes with school to pretrial and the court in advance.
and provide proof of enrollment.
Correct.
Right.
I'm going to get the address from him when he's here, pending the conversation.
Yeah.
And from there, I'll cover it on the conditions as well.
Got it. Sounds good.
Oh, okay.
That's really sorry about what I know, okay, the last day I got, I think I could do actually, the Mr. Sheldon. So we have a lot of yeah. So there's the system.
There's my volume. Okay. All right, friends. As I've said before, the beauty of a live show is you never know what you're going to get. Today we're kind of going out like a lamb a little bit. Everything's kind of quiet, so I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. Obviously, Judge Fleischer has potentially that mother coming back. If it is at all worthwhile interaction, I'll do a separate video. If you are a channel member, as I announced earlier in the show, you will have Judge Fleischer's full docket available to you within 24 hours of its completion, probably sooner. So you'd be able to catch it there as well. But again, I'm going to go ahead and leave it there. Lots to do. Very busy week here at the Courtroom Files bunker. Have yourself a good day. Sun's shining here. Hopefully it's shining where you are too. And make it a great Wednesday. I'll see you tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Pacific. Take care and God bless.